It is. Oh, look.
Hello,
Hey.
everybody, and welcome to the Cubist Podcast, episode 35, Alone and Unsupervised.
Hello.
Bill is on vacation, so we are taking over. We have Patrick,
Hello.
Matt, say hi, Matt, and we are going to go full AMA, so ask us anything within reason. And let us know if there are any technical difficulties. I've never done this.
There's no one in the chat room.
I mean, we can ask ourselves questions.
Oh, okay.
You can also cover games.
Oh, games. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I can go first.
Mm-hmm. You definitely go first, Patrick, because I have not even slightly thought of a game, and the show's already started.
I want to talk about Wasteland Delivery Service. So I'm one of the pre-orderers. I got when we were interviewing Jonathan Gilmore many months ago, talked about it, and I said that sounds cool, so I pre-ordered it, and it arrived. It's a giant 7-pound box, about the same size as the Colonist, about the same amount of junk if you're looking for a heavy game, literally. And it's a pick up and deliver in a post-apocalyptic world. So you just drive around with your truck, picking up water and then delivering it over at a cheap rate and delivering it over here. Hey, Jason Dinger is in the
Hi, Jason.
chat room. Hi, Jason. And delivering it over here for a profit, and then you use those profits to upgrade your truck and rinse and repeat. And you have these missions that you're supposed to complete, like deliver goods from here to there, certain kinds of goods. First person to finish the 3 special missions wins the game. Pretty straightforward. But pretty good so far from what I've done with it. And that's by Jonathan Gilmore and the Fleeples together.
Yeah.
Pretty Ameritrashy.
I mean, yeah. Obviously.
And on the Cubist scale, it's a try it because it's pretty expensive and it's not very heavy. It's just, I think, just probably for the price. I would just try it before I bought it.
Did you say try it?
Yeah, try it.
I don't think that is a Cubist rating.
Buy it. Try it.
Play it. Play it.
Oh, sorry, I don't have my shirt on. Usually I have to look
the
up.
puns are rolling. Mm-hmm.
What is it? What is the Cubist scale, Kimberly?
Oh, yes, that's good. Buy it, play it.
Play it. To play it, sorry.
Forget it and burn it.
Yes. Take me off the shirt. Sure.
Or bling it.
Or
yes.
Alternate is bling it.
It's a play it. Definitely
It's a
definitely play it. Right. Yeah. So I'm hearing stories that'll be at Gen Con.
Yes, I do believe so. And published by Pandasaurus, and I'm sure there will be plenty of playable
inserts. The inserts are just incredible that it comes with this, pre-done insert that holds everything, that's all labeled, and you just pop it out, boop, boop, set it on the table, and you go.
Nice.
By great game trays.
Cute. Tall boy, what game would you like to cover this week?
Well, I finally
choose yours. Yeah.
Oracle of Delphi.
Oh.
Oracle of Delphi? I don't know.
I say Delphi.
So this is Stefan Feld's last big release, which was last year at Essen, I believe. And everything I had heard before playing this game was that it was nothing like any Stefan Feld game ever. Totally different, weird game. What I found, I would say, is that it's actually fairly close to a Stefan Feld game. You roll dice like many of his games, and you can manipulate those dice with little tokens, and you can pass your turn to get more of those manipulated tokens, and it's basically a luck mitigation game, which is pretty big staple of Stefan Feld games. The big difference is that it's more or less a racing game where you're racing to complete these tasks, and the tasks, so you're not really getting points, which I guess is a big thing in Stefan Feld games. But the type of things you're doing are very similar to some other games like Bora Bora or Castles of Burgundy, where you get these dice and you get to kind of choose how you want to spend them. not quite worker placement, but sort of. So I would probably say that this game is a play it for most people. It is a little bit different than some of his other games. If you like Stefan Feld, you're probably going to like this game, but it is different than from some of his other games.
Did you have any issues with the color?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So pink and red in this game are almost the same. I don't have too much of an issue with it. I know that a couple of people. There's another thing where the color that you need is not necessarily the color that you're looking at sometimes. So when you flip over a tile, you're actually looking at the tile underneath it for the color, and there was a couple of times where people thought they needed to spend one color, they actually needed to spend a different color. That was a little confusing, I think. Overall, it wasn't too hard to figure out, I guess.
There is iconography. That definitely helps.
Yes, all the colors have a specific icon.
That helps.
Yeah.
I definitely want to try it. I mean, that's probably one of the newer Felds that I want to. I mean, I don't want to play any of them. But
It's pretty good.
I'm most interested.
It would be somewhere between a buy it and a play it.
Mm-hmm.
What would you call that? Like a play it plus?
Yeah.
Or buy it minus.
Or buy it minus?
If I was buying more games, I would probably buy it.
If you were
Trying
buying
to-
more games, has anyone been to Matt's acquisition list on BGG by any chance?
Unfortunately, yeah. Matt maybe purchases a few games.
Just a couple.
Just pointing that out for someone who says
Just, you know.
if I'm buying more games.
Yeah, well, that might be why he's trying to calm it down a little bit.
That's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is your name on BGG, Matt?
I'll put it in the chat, maybe.
Okay.
They can't hear it
Not
on the
easy to say.
podcast.
It's
If
like
you
the
put it in the
xylophonist
chat,
or
then
something.
It's something like that.
Exactly like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it right there.
That's it. Yep. Mm-hmm. So for those of you who are listening and not able to view the chat, it's XHAERETICUSX. I imagine that makes some form of a word to some people. And Matthew has an acquisition list where he puts the games that he has only acquired this year, so not ones that he has kickstarted and are not in his possession for the year.
But some of these are kickstarted from a year or two ago.
Yes, and his list is ridiculous.
Yeah,
yeah, it's like 60 something things already. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh no, I haven't looked in like a week. Is it like 75? It's a lot.
We tease.
Yes. We will never play them all. I guess I can discuss a game.
Mm-hmm.
So Bill doesn't have to murder me when he returns.
Sending you notes.
Oh, notes. Thank you. This weekend, I played the new version of Modern Art, which is an auction Reiner Knizia game. It's been redone like 4 or 5 times.
Never played it.
You've never played Modern Art?
No.
Really? Have you played other Knizia auction games?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which ones? Oh,
Did you do Raw?
Patrick on the spot.
It's Raw by Knizia?
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, then that one.
Medici.
That one. Medici.
Medici, I've done that. Mm-hmm.
Straussy.
I think Straussy is much less like than Medici or was.
What about High Society?
That I don't think so.
No. Modern Art is a pretty simple, easy to teach game. I believe it plays, is it 2 to 5 or 3 to 5, Matthew? Oh my God, 92 games. Sorry. Matthew just put 92 games in the chat. He has apparently acquired 92 games already this year.
And expansions that they're mixed.
Mm-hmm. And it includes expansions. He doesn't have a problem at all, guys. Yep, that's a little bit more than the last time I looked at the list, I guess. Anyhow, Modern Art is fairly simple. We played it with new gamers.
Yeah.
And it went over
Two
pretty
almost
well.
brand new gamers.
Yeah, some who had Ticket to Ride and Carcassonne on his want to play list because he hadn't played them yet. It's really eloquent and well done. I don't know if it necessarily needs to be continually reprinted with different art, but it's cool nonetheless. The cards are a little bit
out of print
ridiculously large. Yeah, it's been out of print. I'll give you that. It's a great game. I like it. I think it's like $15 on Cool Stuff.
It was $15, yeah.
Yeah. I personally would rank it as a buy it, especially if you're into auction games at all. And 30-minute filler quality games.
It's a little bit longer. It took us an hour to play, which is
Did
what
it?
the box lists, I believe.
All right, an hour. It seems like it's quick, but we play fairly long, fairly heavy games normally. And I just dropped my phone. Pardon the thud. Let's see. What do we have going on in the chat here?
Jason has a question.
Go ahead.
All right. Go ahead and read it, Patrick.
Jason wants to know, he's been playing a lot of Alexander Pfister lately, covering a wide range of games and types. Have you played any of his games, and what are our favorites? I typed back in that I like, I think he did Port Royal, the Push Your Luck
Yep.
type of games. Is probably his lighter stuff. I haven't really actually played many of his heavier ones yet, so I can't really chime in there.
Oh My Goods.
Yes,
Yeah,
my Goods is also similar.
I really liked Oh My Goods after they did the solo edition.
Oh, it can be soloed, or did they actually change
It's
the
an
game like Richard
expansion.
did?
It's an expansion, and then it created these sort of scenarios that you work through in a solo mode, and it changed up the
Interesting.
game.
I was not aware of this.
That's a one. I don't know if they've
I don't
published
think it's
that.
an English release yet. Right?
Yeah. You have to get it through German Amazon DE. He actually tweeted about it. That he wasn't sure if they were going to be issuing it.
So
Joe Duffy is here. Hey, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
My favorite is definitely Mombasa.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you have a kind of mixed feelings on a lot of his games. So like Mombasa is probably a top 10 game for me. Other games, Isle of Skye is fine, I guess.
Yeah, that's where I'd rank it as well.
What's the other one? Not Brewcrafters. The Witch game?
Broom.
Oh,
Service.
Oh my
Service.
goodness. Yeah.
Also fine. I would play it, but
What about Great Western Trail? I know you haven't played it, Matthew. Yeah. Patrick?
How about Witches Broom Crafters? No, I have not played. I haven't played any of the heavier ones. Brew Crafters or Mombasa or Great Western Trail. I can't.
I also like Mombasa the best, I think, and I enjoy Oh My Goods. Isle of Skye is fine. I will play it.
Yeah.
Right behind your shoulder.
It is?
Yeah.
Is it looking at me right now?
Yeah.
Oh no.
You can hear what you're saying about it right now.
It's going to get me in my sleep.
Yeah. Jason jumped in with Mombasa. I mean, everyone seemed to really love Mombasa, I think.
Yeah, Mombasa is really good. All right, we have a question from Joe Duffy. Which Gen Con releases are you guys most looking forward to? Matt, why don't you start us off on that one?
I don't really have a ton of games I'm really excited for. I am excited for the Capstone games, which is sort of like every convention. I have everything Capstone has done at this point.
You just have everything, honey.
Yes.
I mean, Matt.
So they're doing the Rur, which is a reprint of Rushafert, or however you would pronounce that.
Mm-hmm.
Seems right.
Which is like a logistical game about. It's the second game in the coal trilogy. It's a game about moving coal down a river in Germany. And I actually don't know a whole lot about it other than that. Also, they're reprinting the Climbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We get a chance to try at Origins.
Yes.
And it's a pretty great abstract game where you're trying to get up a mountain that you're continually changing as you play with these blocks. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I hear nothing but good things about that. I've watched it played. I haven't played it yet.
It's one of the few abstracts that works with a lot of people.
Mhm.
More than two. I think a lot of abstracts are usually 2-player games.
I think you should narrow it down from a lot of people, though. It's not like it plays 20.
5.
Yeah.
But there are no abstract games that are, I mean, they're not no, but there are few abstract games that work with 4 or 5 well.
We will get to that question momentarily, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
All right. How about you, Patrick?
Oh my
What games are you looking forward to from Gen Con? Gen Con first.
Hey, I will.
Yeah. Hi, Rob from Blue Pig.
I heard a what was it called? I listened to it on the way home from Indy today. Shoot, it's about forest fighting, and it was one I had like Top Draft,
Forest
or
fighting?
Forest
Do you go out there and like
firefighting.
trees?
No. Well, I do. Photosynthesis is interesting, but no, this was like firefighters putting out forest fires.
So is this the game that we played?
That's what I was wondering. Firewatch?
Maybe that's
not
it.
the name of that game, I don't think.
No. It's called Hot Shots. Hot Shots.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew Smith just mentioned it. Yeah, they were describing it on the show, and it was one that I had not really been on my radar, and I thought, you know what, I want to check that out because there's a lot of other things I've already been thinking about our own already, like we talked about earlier. So, that was one. Just sounded cool because we're a big Flashpoint family here, so more firefighting would be all the rage here.
I think for me, I really am interested in The Climbers, also by Capstone, and I'm gonna go with the serious one here of the new Rhino Hero Super Battle We had a ridiculously fun time playing it in Origins, and it's pretty fabulous.
Yeah, I was tweeting about that the other day. That's like actually the top thing on my list is to get that stupid game.
I mean, you beeline over to that, and it'll be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I just saw my purple cape the other day.
We have this one is a Patrick specific question from Chris Mitchell over in the chat.
Chris.
What are the best, worst games to play naked? And I should preface this by saying, for those of you listening on the audio version only, Patrick is topless and only wearing a Pikachu hat.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Yeah, get in on that, Patrick.
Well, you're the one who always talks about wearing.
I am not wearing pants.
Skating without pants.
I'm not naked.
That's a completely different thing. Any of the Crayon Rails games? How's that? Seem to make sense.
Sure, we're gonna go with
Worm Party.
Worm Party. No, boys.
Oh boy.
We made a bunch of inappropriate jokes with Worm Party at Origins.
I can only imagine. What is Worm Party? I'm not familiar with Worm Party.
Worm Party.
You describe it, Matthew.
It's got this board that's lifted off the table a few feet, and it's got these curtains that hang down on all sides, and you stick your fingers up through these holes in the board.
Okay, I got enough.
On the top. And you're trying to basically find the worms, which are people's fingers.
Oh, what was the game map we took a picture of with Ben?
Oh my goodness, that was Mare Nostrum.
Mare Nostrum, that is the best game to play naked.
That is a solid one too. Just think of the photo opportunities when you play Mare Nostrum.
You might feel inadequate though.
You might. You might.
I'll just
Oh,
Bill, sorry.
This is what happens.
Sorry, not sorry, Bill.
Take control. Let's see what else is going on here.
Oh yeah, we lost track.
Custom Heroes looks pretty cool. Any of you played or have an opinion on Mini Rails and Tulip Bubble? This is from Andrew Smith in the chat. Anybody?
I heard a little bit about Tulip Bubble.
But other than that,
no.
I don't know other than that, Andrew. I'm sorry.
Nope, sorry, Andrew.
I think Mini Rails has not really come to the US at all.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Is it coming at Gen Con? No, right?
I believe so. I don't know if it's going to be at Gen Con or Essen, but one of those.
Yeah, I heard Tulip Bubble is. People have been talking about that. Who's somebody looking something up?
You want report anything I'm saying in the chat. Good news, Bill can't see the chat later.
That's true.
We love you, Bill. Did not tweet a naked picture of
What is You did not. What is the? How does anyone know how to pronounce the name of that company? I don't even know them.
I don't. I didn't even want to try it.
No
Oh,
ideas.
they are being released at Gen Con, according to Andrew. I didn't realize that.
Mhm.
All right,
Sorry.
kids, we need some other questions. Rob,
Yeah,
you
this
haven't
is-
asked anything yet?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Matthew, I can see you trying to lure people to give you things.
No, not give. I just want to play the game with him.
Oh.
Well, hey, while we're chatting,
G2S is solid, yeah.
Andrew should come to G2S.
Yes, he should.
G2S is the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Almost Patrick's.birthday.com.
It is almost Patrick's birthday bash. Granite Game Summit,
No,
March.
Thomas, I'm a goofball even when
1911.
Bill's here.
This is valid, Tom. Hi, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas.
Welcome to the Cubist Naked Edition.
Semi-naked.
Partially nude edition.
Yes.
Matthew's probably fully clothed. Somebody had to adult first tonight.
Yes, that's why he's here.
We bring the kid on to do the adulting.
All right, Thomas, ask us a question.
Yep.
All right, what else is there to talk about?
Oh, Rob says things you want to see at Gen Con that are not board games.
Only Patrick is going, right?
Only Patrick.
I'm just going for Friday, so I'm not going to see a lot.
Hmm.
I might crash somewhere. I don't know. I might sleep in my car.
Don't sleep in your car.
Um,
We like our Patricks alive.
yes, thanks.
Yes.
I don't know.
Sleeping in a car is better for that, probably.
Well, I want to go to the dice bowl versus strike bowl thing. I just think that's going to be silly.
That is a thing that I would do if I were at Gen Con. I would also consider the podcast chat
One that,
board.
Nina
thing.
and Cardboard Republic are doing. Is that the one you're talking about?
Mhm, and I can't recall what it's called at the moment.
So that's Thursday night. They're doing the chat up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Willing Dice and taking names.
There we go. Yeah, Rolling Dice and taking names are doing their thing.
Team Cereal Bowl. Thank you, Thomas.
Now,
yeah, I
come
was
on,
actually
Patrick.
thinking of making like a Tupperware hat to wear to be on Marty's team. Because I would do that sort of thing in public. You know that.
Yes. I mean, you are currently wearing only a Pikachu hat. And live streaming on the YouTube.
You know, we were trying to think of ways to make ourselves stand out for the Punchboard Media thing because we're just crashing the bar at the. This is good advertising. I'll just post this picture and say, "Look for me dressed like this Friday night."
I think that's a good idea. Yes. Oh, Joe has another actual question in the chat.
Okay.
What was a sleeper game for you this year? Something you did not expect to like, but it turned out to be a favorite of yours. How about you, Patrick?
Did Clank come out this year?
Mm-hmm.
I would say that.
At least.
Yeah, like
It was this year, right?
It was kind of last year. I guess it was last year, Gen Con. You're right.
It was last year at Gen Con, Clank?
Yeah, I think
so. It
Copac
started to
got
pick
it.
up buzz more this beginning of this year, I think.
Yeah. We didn't play it until the spring, but Copac got it at Gen Con last year. But I totally didn't see it. Yes, Thomas, I know. We won't talk about that. This is a fun podcast tonight.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
I think what else? What else did I play that was crazy fun this year? I'd have to go through my EG Stats app for Android.
And something that you didn't expect to like. How about you, Matthew, while Patrick's thinking?
I am looking through played games to try to
You
find.
guys are ridiculous.
We are horrible.
I don't log my games, so I rely on Matthew to tell me what I played this.
Have any of you guys actually played Strike?
Yes.
I have played Strike.
Yeah.
So how is it?
You throw dice into a bowl.
Yeah. The first game I played at BGG last year, and I lost on my first turn.
You did. It was magical.
Because what happens is if the bowl is cleared before you, you have to roll all your dice. And the way you stay in the game is you have dice in front of you that aren't rolled. And you get your dice back if they're basically any that match, you get back. So if you have to roll all your dice and none of them match, you just lose the game instantly.
Yeah.
That works. Hey, can I talk about an old game that was a sleeper hit?
Get it.
Hansa Teutonica. So
All right.
Riddle talks about that all the time. It's like his
Mhm.
favorite game ever. And I showed up at game night and Joe set it up and I was like, all right, I'll play this Dry Soulless Euro. And we really had a great time with it. So he was right. I should have played it a long time ago.
Makes sense. Let's see. I was surprised that I enjoyed Lignum.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think that it would be terrible, but I didn't particularly think I would like it either, as I am not a fan of fixed path games ordinarily.
But really, the only one you played is Tokaido before that?
Tokaido, and I thought there was one more. Shoot. There is another fixed path game I've played, and I cannot recall what it is now.
There's a pretty big difference, I think, between Lignum and Tokaido.
I mean, maybe a little bit. It's like heavy logging Tokaido. So, all right, there's a few differences there.
I think I have the winner for Andrew's question if we're ready to move on.
All right. Well, Matthew didn't choose the sleeper hit.
Oh,
I'll
sorry.
keep thinking.
Okay, Matt, we'll keep
If
thinking.
I come up with one, I will.
I'll just do jazz hands, and then I'll go.
Yeah.
All right, Patrick, go ahead and read Andrew's question.
Andrew has a great question. What's the game you've owned the longest but still never played? I believe I've won with this one several times. It's called Gunslinger. It's from 1986. Picked it up as a teenager and read the rules, or at least opened it up and said, I don't know how to play this. This is one of those, Hasbro. It's Hasbro 1.1.1 rules, 1.1.2 rules. And it's been sitting in my collection for how long? 30, 35 years? 30 years?
I mean, roughly as long as Matthew has been alive.
Yeah. So young Zach was here 2 weeks ago and saw it. And he goes, you have Gunslinger? Let's play it. And I'm like, I don't know how to play it. He goes, well, loan it to me and I'll read the rules. So Avalon Hill. Thank you, Chris. Gosh. Yes, the Avalon Hill box, what do they call it? Bookcase game. So one of these, soon we'll have it. Yeah, he was thinking a year or two. Oh, no, I've got much older games than that.
How about you, Matthew?
I think that mine is Penny Arcade, the deck building game. I think it's just called Penny Arcade, the game, or something like that, which I got as a gift in 2014, probably, for Christmas, and I've just never played it.
Mm-hmm.
That was a while ago.
The thing is, I have a lot of Dominion, and it's a really good deck builder. And if I want to play a deck builder, I'll probably just play Dominion.
Yeah.
But I also won't get rid of it because it was a gift, so I feel like I should play it. But
I mean, we could try it.
I should just try it, and then I'll just not really like it, probably.
I think mine might be that Hobbit game.
Which game?
The Hobbit.
Oh, The Hobbit. The Reiner Knizia, The Hobbit.
Oh, we have that one. That's horrible. Yeah.
Well, I think it was purchased for $3 in 2013.
I mean, it's good for kids, It's not horrible.
I mean, it's not been touched or opened.
Yeah.
It exists.
And
it collects dust.
Right.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What is a game that sits unplayed on your shelf and it's been at least 6 months that you would most like to play?
Advanced Civilization.
Mine is probably Indonesia, if I've owned that for 6 months. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so. Didn't you get it pretty early in the year, I think? And mine is probably the Granha.
Mm-hmm.
I need to play that. Chris has a good question. Do you feel bad about getting rid of gift games? I think Matt already started with that.
yes. If I haven't played it, especially.
Yeah.
If I've played it and I'm not going to play it again, then not as
At least
much.
you've tried it. Yeah.
Yeah. And someone else might, I usually either try to sell it or trade it or donate it to something. So maybe someone else will be able to play it.
I feel better about donating things than I do about like selling them or
Yeah, me too.
give them to a good cause.
I mean, if you start a board game convention, you can just stick them in the library. That's what I've been doing.
Good idea. We should do that.
Oh, Thomas has another good question for us. Oh, I also feel bad. Sorry about giving rid of games. Thomas asks, game you regret letting go. What's a game you regret letting go of?
I don't think there are any really for me.
How about you, Patrick?
Yeah, I can't think of any.
At one point in time when Elder Spawn was small, got rid of Animal Upon Animal because she did not.
Spawn. I thought you were talking about the Lanius game.
It's close, but also my child. Also known as 12, she did not deal with things falling down well when she was little. So we would get like half the way into Animal Upon Animal and she would cry every time. So I gave it away and then promptly had to rebuy it like 2 years later for the little one.
That's
So
tough.
other than that, I don't think that I've gotten rid of anything that I miss.
Yep.
I get rid of time stories, which I like.
Mm.
Mainly because I don't have a group that plays time stories or wants to play time stories. But I would probably still be playing it.
Somebody's looking forward to the meetup with you, I assume, Patrick.
Yeah, BJ and I were talking today about going to the meetup at the Punchboard meetup.
Oh, is there a punch board meetup at Gen Con? I should really know this thing.
At 5 o'clock at the beer garden.
The beer garden?
I was talking about earlier when I would wear this outfit to the beer garden so people would recognize me.
Yes. I mean, I just assumed it was party time, Patrick. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hey, Brandon.
Oh, hi, Brandon. I sent you a link. You're welcome to join in this.
Brandon says he's happy he missed it.
Just because of half-naked Patrick. Come on, Brandon. That's all the more reason to join in now.
We need somebody grumpy here to fill in for Bill.
Sorry, I get grouchier.
Okay.
Nobody has a beard. Matt has a wizard patch, so we're almost making up for these things.
There we go.
Oh, Chris Mitchell with another question. Favorite games that no one else likes? Matt.
So many of those. Bomb Squad. It's the first one I can think of.
Really?
I can never find anyone that likes that game.
We played it once. It didn't go well, so I never played it again.
Yeah, see? It's basically the exact same rules as Hanabi. Except that it feels completely different from playing Hanabi because in Hanabi you have to be very precise, think about what you're doing. In this game, you're just trying to go as fast as you can. Doesn't matter if you tell something they already know or something that's completely useless.
Hey, Brandon's here.
Hi, Brandon. Take your
People
pants
don't
off.
seem to like this game.
Yeah, I don't know why that didn't get traction.
I can not answer that because I did not play it. Brandon's pants are off, but we don't see Brandon. We just know that Brandon exists and is apparently pantsless.
And we see his name badge.
Yes. How about you, Patrick? Any games that you like that everyone else hates? Dislikes?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one. Well, every co-op, it seems like.
Yeah.
This is probably pretty accurate, sir.
Someone earlier was talking about Spirit Island and liking Spirit and being surprised by Spirit Island. I think it was it Thomas?
Probably.
And I'm liking that, but I mean, I like a lot of co-ops. But lately I've been playing them solo just to get them played because no one will play with me.
Oh, honey, can we adopt Patrick?
Sure.
Okay. We will adopt Patrick. That's the point of adopting him, because then he would live with you.
Oh, okay.
You can share a Pikachu hat. Nothing else. Let's see. I'm trying to think if I like any games that other people don't like. Usually I'm the one that doesn't like things. I really like Hang On Harvey.
Everybody likes Hang On Harvey.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
Hang On Harvey's the best. Not everybody likes Hang On Harvey. Hang On Harvey is a game where you play through a see-through board with pegs and holes, and you've got little Harveys, little guys, and you move your pegs down, and you're trying to get Harvey safely down the peg board without falling. It's magical, and it's wonderful.
It's almost there.
But if you play it with a bunch of engineers, they will engineer it to death and win. Brandon says
I saw a bunch of drunk people playing it once on a
I'm working on this here. Sorry.
Everybody, welcome Brandon Kempf to the chat.
Hey, Brandon.
Hello. I don't know why I hopped in here. You frightened me, Patrick, and I had to come witness what exactly was going on.
Oh my God, you are beardless, Brandon. What happened to your face?
What?
What happened to your face?
I've been shaved. No, I know.
He went on vacation, so he shaved. It's the opposite. It's like all opposites.
I'm so confused right now.
I love you.
Libertalia?
All right, somebody
BJ
asked about predictions to surprise hits at Gen Con. If we knew it was coming, it wouldn't be a surprise, though.
Less of a surprise if we know things are coming. Yes.
How about the Renegade game that no one knows about?
Well, I mean, we don't know
Everybody wants it, right?
Yeah, apparently.
So I keep reading about how everybody wants to buy it, and nobody knows what it is.
Right. It's kind of ridiculous.
Oh, we've got another Just Patrick question.
No, not Just Patrick.
No. If Patrick is naked, Patrick gets all the questions. Patrick, do you have a favorite city building game? Does anyone else have a favorite game that relates to their day jobs? Oh, all right. I didn't read the whole question.
So I'm an architect, and yes, I like city planning type games. My favorite is, of course, Suburbia.
Suburbia.
Easy answer.
Have you played Blueprint?
I suck at blueprints.
It's not a great game either.
Oh, well, maybe that's why.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's the scoring thing is kind of odd. How about you, Matthew? There aren't really any games specific to what you do.
Yeah, not particularly.
I'm really excited for Ex Libris.
There you go.
I'm trying to think of other library. Oh, Biblios. There we go.
There you go.
Biblios is good. Yeah.
So,
software development games.
Software development.
That's like programming, though, isn't it? I mean,
Robot Turtles. Oh.
Yeah. Robot Turtles is probably the closest thing.
I mean, hey, you do you, honey. All right, Andrew has a question. What theme or mechanic in a game do you find never works for you? Let's start with Brandon because he just joined us.
Wow. Never works for me?
Yep, let's throw you under the bus fast.
Holy cow. As close as it gets is programming in games. But even that has moments where it works. Trying to remember what the most recent one was that actually did work. But yeah, no, programming is usually the one that falls flat and doesn't work for us.
And how about you, Matthew?
I cannot think of any mechanic that never works.
Yeah.
Never is harsh. Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't do well at auction games traditionally, but I still enjoy
Except modern art.
Except for modern art. I'm very good at modern art.
You've won both times.
The 2 times I've modern art. Jesus.
You modern arted.
I'm modern arted. Yeah. Those are the
a lot of people don't like any type of blind auctions.
Yeah,
it's a common game to hate.
How about you, Patrick?
What do they call them? Deception type games where you're lying.
I am terrible at social deduction games.
Social deduction, that's the word, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We
Is
played
Cards Against Humanity mechanic at this point?
No. I mean, it should be. Just black card, white card, text on
Whoever
card.
is, creating this is the Cards Against Humanity of President's games or something.
Well, it used to be called the apples to apples.
I was going to say, yeah, that's the apples to apples mechanic.
That's true.
Where the heck?
And Paul just joined us in the chat. Let's see here. It looks like hidden movement, dungeon crawl, auctions, and social deduction are the themes that are the mechanics people possibly do not like.
Well, Eric was looking for a good food-related game.
Oh, a
Food
good
Chain
food.
Magnate, obviously.
Huh?
Food Chain
Chain
Magnate.
magnate.
Oh, there you go. That's
I've not
more
played it.
running a restaurant than it is foodie, but that's a pretty good one.
Hmm.
I like hidden dessert. Sorry.
Dessert. New York Slice is fun.
Blew my pun.
Oh, New York Slice is fun.
Sushi Go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Sushi Go's cute. Hope it's not Patrick. You are not the one we're embarrassing.
You talking about me now? What are you doing
Yes,
now?
Chris. Beer does count.
Thank you. Lock on Fire. That is definitely the other end of the spectrum from Food Chain.
There you go. Well, I've got Walkstar over here. I haven't actually played that in ages.
I don't think I have very many food-themed games. Sushi
Stir
Go.
Fry 18.
Stir Fry 18 by Marshall Britt and Yanawana Games. Right?
Sounds right.
Marshall's our friend. And he will be showing his game at G2S, I think.
Yay.
Yay! Viticulture. I like viticulture.
Mm-hmm.
So, Paul, we are just having an AMA. If you want to ask us anything, I know you're late to the show because you didn't think one was happening this week. I'm just putting that out there.
I saw a question earlier. Is anyone left? Anyone still in the chat room?
There's still quite a few people in the chat room. Any other questions for the naked punster? Or the resident cranky guy, or the half wizard, or myself?
Half
Well,
wizard?
half wizard.
Cranky.
Matt's only a
Yeah.
half wizard. He just has the one spot.
I think you weren't here,
Wow.
Brandon. You had to fill in for Bill being the cranky guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not too cranky today. I don't know why.
Okay.
It's weird.
How was your
I had to go-
Oh,
vacation?
you've been on vacation. But,
I had to go
oh
back to
my
work
gosh, I
today.
just
I
got-
should be cranky. Vacation was good, except it rained all the time. Well,
Mm.
not all the time. It rained quite a bit, but
Hmm.
we still went to the beach. The kids didn't care.
That's
We
good.
just dodged the lightning. Oh.
Spaghetti.
Oh, what's that spaghetti game with the little guy on it?
Spaghetti. Oh, Yeti and my spaghetti.
Here you go. There's a food game.
There's also spaghetti, what Matthew commented in the chat. You just pull out those like noodles with the balls. What is he giggling about? Oh, Eric Leaf in the chat would like to know what Pokemon would make the best lingerie, Patrick.
I don't know anything about Pokemon. I bought this hat because of Pikachu's butt.
Pikachu's butt.
Yeah,
Origins.
Thomas got it
Probably
right.
not.
It's got to be
Charizard.
Jinx.
You guys are weird. Favorite travel game for 5 or more players. My goodness.
Maybe your favorite, the big surprise of Gen Con, maybe everybody rushes to Game Right and buys Tiki Topple. Sorry, I'm still thinking about the surprise.
I was not quite sure where Brandon was coming from there. It's good to know. All right.
I'm just
now
getting
Paul
away
and
from the
Cal.
lingerie wearing Pokemon.
I mean,
Yes, thank you.
lingerie wearing Pokemon. I think a Snorlax would be pretty sexy.
That's just me every day.
Paul would like to know your favorite travel game for 5 or more players. Matt.
Favorite travel game for 5 or more players?
What is
Telestrations. I travel with it all the time.
I said Matt. Your name is
I
Patrick.
know, but he's him and Han. I don't think it is.
That's true.
Modern Art.
Okay. That's a large game.
It's not really that big. It's a deck of cards and some money.
Yeah. All right, now Patrick.
Illustrations.
Illustrations. How about you, Brandon?
I was trying to think of tiny games, and everybody's just breaking out all these.
Oh, I'm gonna say a small game. Don't you worry.
So are we just thinking things that you can fit in your quiver?
Sure.
Shit, I don't know.
Carrying
It's like
for
anything.
those who don't know.
Yeah, exactly. My favorite travel game for 5 or more is Stockpile.
How about a game you can fit in your pocket?
In my pocket for 5 or more players, a deck of cards.
Yes.
What do you play with it?
I have
Paul
no idea.
says it can be a big box.
I would probably bring a Lie, which is Liar's Dice in the card form.
Yeah.
It's the Chris Handy thing. It's pretty good.
Women's pockets are very small.
Yeah. But I could probably put like Quicks in my pocket.
Yes, but not the good Quicks.
That's the bad Quicks.
Yeah, you can only fit bad Quicks in your pocket.
No. I'm saying the big version is the bad version.
You're the bad
big
version.
box is okay.
I like the big version. I will go with Insider and stick to the small box thing.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, then we could do like Werewords too, or something like that. I love Werewords.
Hi, Chad. See how like half the people when they join the chat, I say hi in the chat. Half I say it live on air. I'm doing well.
All right. Good to know. I hear people on the podcast can hear who's in the chat room.
Oh. So, Patrick, when are you getting in on Friday?
Probably 8 a.m., 9 a.m.
8 or 9 a.m.
I don't know.
Okay.
I got to go get my media badge and then hang out, check the show out, and then I have no other plans until 5 o'clock for the event start.
So what are you excited about? Anything game-wise, or you just meh?
I want to get. Oh, we were here earlier. I want to get Rhino Hero. I want to check out.
Okay.
Yeah, shush, Matthew.
I don't know.
Okay.
You're going to wear your Cubist t-shirt to Gen Con, Chad. Thank you.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Patrick will be naked.
I might wear a What Did You Play This Week podcast shirt. People may
Brandon,
recognize
are you
me.
going to Gen Con?
No, I am not.
No, I wasn't sure. And yes, Eric asked who doesn't like Libertalia. I do not like Libertalia.
Not played it.
So Patrick hasn't played it. I'm going to say he also doesn't like it. Just so I'm not alone.
Okay.
I bet you Patrick would like it.
Isn't that a push your luck? I mean, guess what people are doing game? Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Push your luck, though.
It's not really a social deduction game, though.
All right. Thomas asked the top must-get game for the con. Patrick, you're the only one going, so.
None. I mean, here's the thing. I used to always buy, I still do. I always buy too many games at cons, but somebody on Twitter, like Board Game Deals or whatever, keeps posting stuff that I bought at the last con at half as much as I paid for them. And I'm kind of getting sick of
haven't been played yet, probably.
Right. And exactly. And I'm kind of getting tired of it. And I'm also leaning into the Dan Halstead, Matt Biddle thing of everything is just fine. I don't really need that. I have too many games.
See, that's how I am. I get overwhelmed with too many things in general, and I don't really have FOMO or need to own things. I like to play them, but I don't need to personally own them. I go to a lot of gaming events. I'm good.
Yep. So, you know me, I'm there for the peeps.
Me too. That's always what I'm at conventions.
Game, that's a good question.
Go ahead, read the game.
Eric asks, a game we picked up at Origins that we've played the most so far.
Werewords.
I picked that up.
Yes, you did.
And that's the one that Brandon's played the most so far.
What did I buy at Origins? Matt's going to have to go.
Matt, get it.
I only bought Lignum, and I played it twice. So that would be the answer.
I didn't buy anything.
I have several that remain unplayed.
What remains unplayed from Origins? Now I need to know. So many.
Well, I mean, Wordsy, but I actually played it. I demoed it for Gil at BGG, so I just haven't
Yeah.
opened it. Fugitive, that's the 2-player
Yeah, Tim Fowler's game.
Tim Fowler's game. I haven't opened that up yet. Going to my geek list of games that I bought. Yeah, what TI4 was the big announcement? Somebody can talk about that while I look at my acquisition list here.
Is TI4 going to be available there? Like for sale? I didn't think it was.
I don't know. I shall check.
I thought they were giving away 35 copies.
I thought they said
Oh,
50 stinking
probably
ago.
Barron Park.
Oh, Barron Park. It's
That'd be a
fun
good
little
one.
game.
Yeah, that's a good one for my family.
Barron Park is a lot like what I thought Cottage Garden would be.
I never played that, but I keep hearing from people it's better. So
This is where I'd like to remind Paul that we love him.
Cottage Garden is a very weird end game. I think that was
Yes.
most of it.
oh, the other one I've played
Gollum
is
Edition of
Wits
Spice
and
Road.
Wagers Vegas. We'll put a little plug out for that right now, I guess. The Kickstarter's coming out Saturday.
That's right.
I think so.
I think we've all played that, right? Because we all played that together at Origins.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a lot of fun.
It
I
is
was a Wits and Wagers fan before that, so this just kind of
Yeah, me too.
kicks it
And the Las Vegas is a nice addition.
next level.
I should bring that to the next game day thing we go
Mhm.
to. All right, so we maybe messed up some things in the chat. We love you, Mo.
What we do?
We confused the TI4 giveaway and the Gollum edition of Spice Road.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not that we didn't understand the difference between the two games. We certainly did.
Basically
We
the same
just
thing.
forgot who was doing a giveaway. TI4 is not for sale at Gen Con, though,
I was
correct?
going to say they're saying quarter 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't think it was yet.
You're just going to show it off.
Yeah, I'm
Put
wondering
it
if
behind
they,
a glass case and people
Yeah.
drool over it.
All right. Paul has a good question for us. The last game you played with someone else currently on this podcast. I think for Matthew and I, that's kind of cheaty as we are a couple.
We played Zock and Roll on Saturday. I think that was the last game we played.
That was our last game on Saturday.
What game is that?
It is a Texas Hold'em, the roll and write game.
Yeah.
Cool.
what was the last game we played at Gen Con last year, Patrick? Because that would have been was that Vast?
Could have been. We'll just say that.
We'll say that.
You go fast.
That was
And the
before
last
I
game
started blogging.
I played with Patrick at Origins was probably Flicky Carcassonne.
Yes. Carcassonne Catapult. With
That's the thing.
Matt was there too. So that's the three of you.
No, I didn't play that.
That
You didn't play that? Where were you?
I think I was playing with
Benji played with
Andrew
us.
Smith in the chat and
Oh,
Jamie Maltman.
probably something serious.
Mhm.
We played Concordia that morning.
We
Okay.
flicked meeples.
I think the last thing that Patrick and I played was This Game is Bonkers. If you want to call that playing a game.
That is a very serious game.
Very serious. Brandon and I have not met yet in person.
Nope, we have
Me
not.
either.
We do play online games occasionally. Elfenland was the last we played online.
Yep. Oh, it was, wasn't it? Yep.
Mhm.
I didn't even get told to play a freaking card.
I'm sorry. I can fix that later.
Thank you.
Chris Mitchell asks, what will the next big overused theme be in board games? Anyone?
Politics.
Mars
no
is pretty
idea.
hot right now.
I was thinking Mars. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else though? I think maybe it'll go into like cute animals soon too. Cats and puppers, doggos.
Eric Leith put in a question about
Mm-hmm.
the Kama Sutra game that Bruno Ferduti is. Shoot, Eric Lang tweeted something about playing a game with Ferduti, or working on a game design with Ferduti, or just I asked him if they managed to pop the bubbles, the balloons. It's the only time I've ever tweeted to Eric Lang, I think. And he goes, we couldn't play that over Skype.
Yes.
Oh, the game looks ridiculous. Even for my standards, my very low standards. That game looks ridiculous.
It does look a little ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Joe Duffy says zombies on Mars.
Thank you, Joe.
That is the next big thing.
Well,
probably.
pirate zombies on Mars.
Ooh, pirate zombies on Mars could be kind of amazing. Maybe that's what Time Pirates is.
Still haven't played it.
We haven't played it yet. I can't say the name of that game without saying a bad word in there. So
I mean, you can. It's just called Time Pirates.
so much
Zombie Sutra.
Zombie Sutra.
Thank you, Mo.
Yes, Mo. Zombie Sutra would be phenomenal. You should start designing that. Celebrate the new website, Mo, and the new brand by designing Zombie Sutra. Bendy Meeples. Oh, no. Is it a surprise that things have gotten weird? I feel like this is a good time to remind Bill that he loves us.
Yes, hi, Bill.
We hope you're having fun on vacation.
Where is Bill?
On a boat.
Utah?
Sorry.
It's on Lake
Some lake.
Tahoe?
He's on a lake. In a
Powell?
boat.
Lake Powell, I think.
Lake Powell, yes.
Oh,
Lake
okay.
Powell. That is right.
Legacy.
Does anybody else have any more questions for us? We still have a few more
Oh,
minutes
yes.
left in the AMA before we get over to our plug part
I'm
of the
so
show.
down for some Legacy Sutra games.
Legacy Zombie Sutra. All right. Andrew Smith asked, publisher you are most likely to buy a game from that you know nothing about.
Renegade. Next question.
That was the fastest. I know Matthew's answer. Go, Matthew.
Capstone, probably.
Did Patrick die?
The FCC finally got after us. We didn't have the proper rating on him.
Patrick froze or died, or I don't know. I don't ever buy any games anymore because it ain't Matthew who buys them all.
That's
So,
probably why.
That's probably why you buy them all?
No, other way.
That's probably why I date you. I mean, that can't be the first thing I suggest as the answer to anything. Seems inappropriate. His hat fell off. Can everybody else still see Patrick?
Yes. No.
His clothes on.
Oink Games, Chad says you buy all of the Oink games. Nice, nice. I mean, Capstone is probably what I play the most of.
Sorry, I'm
Ooh.
typing instead of talking. Stronghold is probably
I know.
close, but he's kind of half and half with some of the releases that they've got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Frog Riders is fun as all get out, but I'm not going to buy that.
Not played it.
But I don't know.
Stronghold is high on my list, though. For publishers I like.
I don't even know if I really could with Renegade either, but we'll see what happens.
Eric Leith says, who has secret games coming out of Gen Con? Renegade, Pandasaurus, FFG?
Renegade, I didn't know Pandasaurus had one. And FFG always has something secret.
Yeah,
but
they always do something.
it's just so it's almost not secret.
Oh, Patrick's PC crash. No naked Patrick.
Yeah, Stonemeyer, they get the benefit of the doubt.
We know your feels on
Regardless.
Charterstone.
Well, I pre-ordered it, but
You wanted to bling it before you could even pre-order the game.
I know. Uh-huh.
But have you read the rulebook?
Oh, that's right. Pandasaurus. Okay, the coaster game.
Restoration games, yeah.
And Restoration. I'm really anxious to see what they announce next. It's got to be the Dark Tower, right? No
We
one.
will see in just a few days. Yeah. Hmm.
Oh.
Anybody else? Any last minute questions before we start doing the rappy plugs?
The last Kickstarter.
Oh, the last Kickstarter we each backed.
Bonkers. Before the Earth explodes. That's the last one I've backed.
Mine is Trip Lock.
Anyway.
Chip Theory Games game. They only sell through their own website, so they're not really a retail. They're a little bit less known.
What else have they produced?
Too Many Bones.
That giant game that you don't ever play.
Don't ever play. Only play solo, I think is what that means.
Oh, really? Only solo on it?
Yeah.
I've been wanting to try it. No one, I do know one person like 3 blocks away from me who has a copy, but he never has bothered to learn it. So
it is kind of a pain to learn. The rulebook is kind of a mess.
Yeah.
They fixed it quite a bit. They're supposed to be basically putting on an upgrade pack to clarify some of the things, I guess.
Gotcha.
But it had, every character has like 12 different. I think there are 32 attributes that can happen. You can be like poisoned or sleepy or whatever. There's 32 different things, and they all interact in different ways, and it just gets way too confusing.
Gotcha.
I don't really kickstart very much, and I can't recall what the last thing I kickstarted was. I pretty much only kickstart my friends' games.
Wordsy, probably.
Wordsy.
I think I have a couple unfulfilled kickstarters. Robot Riddle.
I will be backing Seventh Continent probably. When it comes
started.
Matthew already has Seventh Continent. I'm confused.
They're gonna redo it.
Yeah, second printing. With I think some kind of expansion to it. I'm not sure what they've officially.
There's already a bunch of expansions.
Yeah, they're saying something new with it that you're gonna to bring all the old people back.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know that, and we got the Wits and Wagers Vegas, and then there was something else that popped up. I saw that was coming.
I mean, there are 8 million things coming, I'm sure.
You may be overestimating, but okay.
I didn't say tomorrow. I legitimately don't know what the last thing I kickstarted. Nor do I know my Kickstarter offhand, and it's all logged in on my other computer. So.
Oh yeah, the expansion for Gilhova's the networks is coming. So I'm sure I'll be throwing money at the screen sooner than later.
That's an odd way to do it.
It works.
All right, kids. I think it's time to wrap it. Oh no, Pat.
Well, Matt, it's been good talking to you.
Some kind of virus. If we mention the fact that she froze, we'll also freeze, I think.
Oh, man. Is she going to pop up behind you somewhere? Or?
No.
Oh, no.
She is 50 plus miles away from you right now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I think we may have to end it ourselves here.
Yeah. We can do that, I'm sure. So, Matt, where can the fine people find out more about you?
You can find me on Twitter at TeoIsMatt.
Right on.
Yeah.
You can find us on the Cubist every Monday. Usually a revolving group of yahoos.
Some people.
Yeah. And then, you can also find me on the What Did You Play This Week podcast and on your finer Twitter gathering pages as WDYPTW or VACABCK. Is that quick enough?
Yeah.
Let's make this more awkward.
Members of Punch.
We are members of Punchboard Media. Thanks, Kimberly.
Sorry. My internet crapped out.
Wait, were you there the whole time?
No.
No.
It was weird how you
What
came
terrible
back.
thing did you say?
You came back in the middle of your exit. It sounded like.
Yeah.
No.
So I heard Punchboard members of Punchboard Media, and then you crapped out again. So
It did that itself, I guess. Did you guys say goodnight?
we did.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Be good.
Awkward.